everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today is an exciting day because we're gonna start making Christmas cookies. Today's cookie is a classic Danish cookie. These are called Vaniljekranse, which actually means vanilla wreaths, probably because they're shaped a bit like a wreath. They have a very distinct ridge pattern on the top, and they're crisp, buttery, and sweet. And yeah, get excited for more Christmas cookie content. If you want to learn how to make these Vaniljekranse, I guess we could call them Danish butter cookies, keep on watching. Before we start this recipe, we're going to preheat our oven to 390 degrees Fahrenheit. For these Vaniljekranse, you're going to need 150 grams of unsalted butter that is softened, 150 grams of granulated sugar, 50 grams of almond flour, 200 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 large egg, I almost forgot, vanilla extract, or you can use vanilla bean paste if you have it, or there's a product that you can find in Scandinavia called vanilla sugar. And then we're adding a tiny pinch of salt. The first thing I'm gonna do is add our butter and our sugar to a medium mixing bowl, and I'm just gonna combine it using a rubber spatula. This is what it's looking like combined. Next, we're gonna add in our egg and the vanilla extract. It is important that this egg is room temperature so that it doesn't curdle when you mix it in with the softened butter. If it's still pretty cold, you can fill a bowl with warm water and put the egg in there for 5 to 10 minutes and it should come up to room temperature. I think I forgot to mention, but I'm adding 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. It does look a little split, but it just takes a little bit of time to get it to come together. Okay, now the egg and vanilla are combined. Next, we're gonna add in our dry ingredients, the flour, almond flour, and the salt. I'm kind of just folding the dry ingredients in and pressing it together because I don't want to knead it too much. All right, what we're left with is quite a sticky dough, and that's exactly what we want because we're going to pipe this into our wreath shape. Let me set this aside while we get our baking sheets ready. A lot of the footage I end up editing out is just me cleaning. All right, we have 2 baking sheets. One is a, what are you? Smaller baking sheet. I believe this is a half sheet. Anyway, I'm gonna line both of these with parchment paper. The one piece of specialty equipment you might need for this recipe is a piping bag or a piping contraption that has a star-shaped nozzle. And if you don't have that, you can also just use a Ziploc bag and cut the corner, and they're gonna be round and not have the ridges that this cookie usually has, but they're gonna taste the same. I do have this piping contraption, but any piping bag will work. I'm gonna add our dough into the piping contraption, and if you're using a bag, just add it to the piping bag. Make sure that you have the nozzle in there. And now we're ready to pipe. To make piping a little bit easier on a sheet of parchment paper, I always like to add a little bit of dough to each corner, and then you press it down. And we are piping little circles on this baking sheet, spacing them at least 1 inch apart. The wreaths are about 2 inches in diameter. These are all piped. Before they go in the oven, we're gonna pop them in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes just so that they firm up, and it helps to keep the ridges on them intact when they go in the oven. All right, I just pulled this batch out of the freezer. Now they're gonna go in the oven and bake for 8 to 10 minutes. While that first baking tray is in the oven, I'm gonna start piping the second baking tray. I do think I piped the last row a little too close to the row above it, so don't do that. But these are gonna go in the freezer until the first batch is out of the oven. Our first batch is coming out, and the second batch from the freezer is going in. With these cookies, what you're looking for is a slightly golden brown ring around the edge. You don't want them to get too dark because then they can taste burnt. These have been sitting on the tray for a few minutes, so now we're gonna transfer them to a wire rack to fully cool down. And you can see that they still have the nice ridges on the top because we put them in the freezer. I'm gonna eat my first Christmas cookie of the year. These are so good, making me excited for the holidays. Thank you so much for watching our video. We hope you make these cookies, and we'll see you for the next video. Bye.